Let's talk about service. This episode, it's life back in Alexandria after the events that happened in the premiere. You can tell that everyone is reacting differently. Eugene is now back to being the scared, smart guy because he was normally becoming a fighter, but now he went back to being the scared guy. Except instead of being scared of walkers, he's scared of Nika now, which is kind of understandable. Rosita's pissed. Carl's pissed. Michonne's pissed. A lot of people are pissed. Rick has all of the emotions. Rick's pissed. Rick's scared. Rick is trying to be understanding. Rick's in the middle of it, and throughout the episode, we see him evolve, go through all the different stages of his emotions. So Negan comes at the door and starts to take supplies along with the other saviors. Then Dwight goes to Rosita and tells her and Spencer to go get Daryl's bike. So they go in the car and they drive away. Now, so Rick pretty much shows Negan around Alexandria, and Saviors just go into the house and start taking what they want: chairs, mattresses, whatever they seem fit. Then Negan finds a video camera, probably in Deanna's house, which was Rick's audition video from back in season 5. And Negan comments that, "Oh, I wouldn't mess with this guy. Too bad you're not this guy anymore." Which definitely messes with Rick. Because I feel like Rick changed because he was in Alexandria and he thought he was in a safer place. So I feel like he's definitely regretting that decision. Because in season 5 he ripped people throat out. Didn't give a shit about anyone. Then in Alexandria, he started to change and not become like that anymore. And because of that is how Negan so easily was able to trap them in. Then Gabriel comes behind Negan when he starts talking to Maggie about wanting to get with her. And Gabriel's like, "Oh, I want to pay your respects." And Negan, is so confused because he wouldn't expect anyone to be a priest or whatever at this point in time. He even commented how freaky as shit he is and all that, which I found hilarious. Probably the funny thing in the episode, maybe even in season, because that was just hilarious. And so then they reveal that Maggie is dead. Now I believed it at first because I was very confused because I didn't know what exactly happened. But then I started to remember, wait, she's at the hilltop. Wait, didn't want to tell Negan she's at the hilltop because then they'll go there looking for her. And then I slowly started to make sense. Then Negan, in a way, he confirms that it was Daryl's fault that Glenn died. And he said number 2 wouldn't have happened if Daryl didn't freak out or somewhere along those lines. So I feel like that was definitely confirmation of that. I mean, I know people are still going to deny that and not believe it, and I get that. People have their opinions, all that. Then the gunshot happens, and Negan and Rick go to that, and it's Carl who's yelling at the saviors, saying, "Put some back because you're taking all our medicine and you said half." And this is a pretty ballsy move for Carl, and especially when Negan comes on and he starts threatening Negan. And I feel like Negan wasn't so much scared or threatened by Carl as he was impressed that he actually had the balls to do that. So then, with that resulting happening, Negan decided to take all their guns, but in the process leaves all their food, because Negan is a reasonable guy if you think about it. Just saying. So Arat comes bring out Olivia and says they're 2 guns short, 2 handguns. And Negan's like, "Okay, well, I'll just have to kill Olivia then. Unless you guys bring them back." So Rick has a meeting in the church saying, "I'm not in charge anymore, Negan is." So that was him pretty much saying, "We're defeated, there's no way out." So then everyone, mainly Rick, and so Rick goes to all the houses trying to look for them. He finds it in Deanna's house in a vent on the ground, and he finds the gun, food, alcohol, drinks, all that. And now, of course, me being stupid, I didn't realize it was Deanna's house, even though Gabriel said, "I'll check Deanna's office." I didn't realize it was Deanna's house, and I didn't make that connection to it being Spencer. So I was just being stupid. with Rosita and Spencer, they get Daryl's bike and start slowing in the van, and Spencer starts talking shit about Rick, and that pisses me off. And Rosita goes off in the woods by herself. And Michonne at this point left Alexander and had a sniper and is at a random car and practicing shooting walkers because she's trying to learn, okay, I'm need to practice how to take these guys to get down. So then Rick gives the guns to Negan. So sorry about that cut. Something weird happened, so I have to redo this part. So, where was I? Okay, so Rosita was started killing walkers, trying to get guns off them. And she managed to get a gun, but it was out of ammo. And Spencer was like, why are you doing this? And Rosita's like, oh, well, they're going to take all our guns. We need to defend ourselves. And Alexander, right before Negan and the Saviors leave, Rick spots Michonne outside in one of the houses outside of Alexandria. And he goes to her and says, I need to give the gun to Negan. And she's like, no, we can't do this. We need to fight. But he's like, no, we can't. Michonne ends up giving Negan the gun and the deer, which she killed. Rick asks Negan if Daryl can stay in Alexandria with them. Daryl doesn't say anything. However, I read somewhere online where apparently he used Morse code by blinking or something. It translated as 6 miles to Hilltop or something along those lines. Rosita and Spencer come back with Daryl's bike and give it to Dwight, and Dwight gives Rosita back her hat. And then they leave. Then Rick tells Spencer, hey, I knew you were hiding the guns and the drinks and the food and all that. So Rick says, don't do that, and Spencer starts going off on his little tantrum saying, we should have made a deal with them when we could have. I got mad. Then he started talking about Glenn Abraham. Then I got really mad. Then Rick got really mad and threatened to punch him in the face and knock out his teeth. Then Rosita got mad because he was hiding guns. And then everyone was mad at Spencer. Me, Rick, Rosita, everyone. Honestly, Spencer, he's on the list. Not the good one, the bad one. Then Michonne goes back to the house with Rick, who's setting up sleeping bags, I think, or blankets on the ground or whatever. He says they took the mattresses. Michonne says we should have fought, we should have fight. But Rick starts talking about Shane, and then starts talking about how Shane brought Lauren Carl to safety. And if it wasn't for him, they could have been dead. Then he says, I know Judith is mine. Now, this part was really, unexpected for me. Because, everyone knew it wasn't Rick's baby, it was Shane's and Lori's. Everyone knew that. We all knew that. But the fact that they actually confirmed it on the show with Rick saying it, and the fact he even said, I know she's not mine, but she's still my daughter, that just, showed that he loves Judith as if she was his own. Even though she's not, he treats her as one just like he treats Carl, which is. So that was very emotional. I mean, I didn't cry or anything, but I definitely did feel holy shit, I can't believe you just said that. Because it was one of the things where everyone knew but was never mentioned. So everyone thought, okay, yeah, just forget about it. We know the truth. But now it was actually confirmed, and the fact that Rick, of all people, were to say it, then Michonne goes back out and sees that the mattresses the Savior took were burnt, and she gets pissed again. Then Rosita picks up one of the bullets that Negan shot out of and goes to Eugene and says, make no more bullets. Because Eugene knows how to now, kind of, maybe. So, then it's over. That was a great episode. It was definitely worth 90-minute episode because it was long and everything needed to be in that one episode. Next episode, we will be back at the Hilltop with Maggie. Thank God. Sasha will be there too. Jesus, I saw. Gregory, I saw. The whole Hilltop gang is going to be there. Looking forward to it.